All right, welcome everybody. Welcome back to the day three of our masterclass, Breaking the Paradigm Boxes. As you're joining, just let me know in the chat box if you can hear me and also introduce yourself that from where you are and what you have learned so far in the 2 days of this masterclass. If you're joining me on YouTube, make sure to subscribe my channel and welcome to you also. All right, so let me bring the slides here. All right, so I can see that there is a number that is going up both on YouTube and here in Zoom slowly and steadily. So we will wait for a couple more minutes and then we will get into the action packet. Final day of our masterclass, Breaking the Paradigm Boxes. Now, as you can see clearly here from the last 2 days, we have been talking a lot about thinking, like how we can think differently, what are the different aspects of becoming better at whatever we are doing. We started with the day one by shattering some of our myths, like the myths we have about our own potential, the myths we have about our own capabilities. And the first day was all about shattering those myths. And that's why I have also provided you an awesome and cool workbook on the day one so that you can really work on yourself and go through the questions that are there in that questionnaire. And I believe some of you have really taken that seriously and have applied it. And then yesterday we get into the day two where we have discussed about once again, something really incredible that was the key, the success formula. We talked about it yesterday, and that was also an incredible day. But today, on the day three, we are bringing this masterclass to a perfect landing. And as I can see, some of you may have just joining just this day. You haven't joined the last 2 days. You can go to our YouTube channel, can check that out. Also, an email has been sent out to you where you can check out the day one and the day two. So, without any further delay, a warm welcome to every single one of you from wherever the world you are tuning in to this masterclass. Let me just switch on the camera. All right, here we go. The camera is switched on. I hope everything is working perfectly fine as it is supposed to be fine. So here we are, all set and all ready for the final day into our masterclass, Breaking the Paradigm Boxes. So after the first 2 days, when we have shattered some of the myths and we have talked about paradigms a little bit, we have talked about the success formula. The day three is the key to freedom. What's that? Now, key to freedom is, I feel that we all want freedom in our life. It doesn't matter who you are, it doesn't matter wherever you are. We want freedom in one area or another. And in fact, freedom is our birthright. Like, we all are living in a country that, like, if you're from India or from anywhere in the world, we all have the freedom of thought, the freedom of choice. There are many different things that we have, but there is something more important that we all are seeking. And I firmly believe in that. I believe there are two kinds of freedom that we are seeking. We all want to be free from all the time, time freedom. Like, we don't have to worry about that I have that much of time and then I have to do this and that. And we all want to be financially free. Now, financially free doesn't mean that you want to have a lot of money. It's about that you want to have money so that if you want something, you can go and buy it. You don't have to think about money. And to invest your money and to enjoy your money, we all want that time freedom. So basically, time and money freedom are the two things that we all are seeking. And the question here is how I can have that time freedom, how I can have that money freedom. And I believe if I will ask you a question that you can go anywhere and spend n number of days that you want to spend and can spend any amount of money that you want to spend, you will definitely say that, yeah, I would love to do that. Or whatever your interests are, time and money is something that we all are seeking. So we have to understand something very important about time and money freedom. That if we are seeking time and money freedom, the key to freedom is understanding. And this is something we really have to get it. Like we have to get this concept, otherwise, we will be going from one place to another, then another, then another, and our understanding may not be that much stronger. So what we have to understand, as I said yesterday, that tomorrow you are going to be bombarded with information. Just be ready, open your mind, because there is going to be information that may bamboozle you, but at the same time, it is going to be one of the most transforming information that you will ever receive in your life. So the key to freedom is understanding, and understanding of who you are, understanding of your marvelous mind, understanding of how every single thing is happening around you. And make no mistake about it, every single thing that has ever happened in your life or that will ever happen in the coming future is always going to be a result of you consciously or unconsciously being in harmony with the natural law of universe. If you don't understand it yet, I encourage you to make up a decision at the end of the call today to really invest into yourself and move ahead with one of the few options that we are going to recommend you to invest into. Those are not going to be like property investment and all that kind of stuff. We are going to encourage you to invest in you at the end of today, because I want every single one of you to make the next move now, because you have been entertaining information from last few days, you have been thinking about it from last few days. Now is the time when you bet on yourself. And the best bet is when you start investing in yourself and you start understanding what we are talking about. So let's start the first step in the understanding, and let's understand your marvelous mind. Now, understand every single thing that you ever had in your life, that you have right now, you had in the past, or you're going to have in the future. Every single thing is going to be in your lap only once you start using the mind the way it is meant to be used. Like every good thing that you have right now, or if you want proof of that, look around yourself right now. Look at the laptop, the computer, or the mobile on which you're tuning into this webinar today. From where that laptop came. Somebody created that in their mind, and then it was manifested into the physical reality. Look at the notebook that you have right now. From where that notebook came, somebody imagined that in their mind and then they created it. Look at the house in which you are living right now. From where that house came into existence, somebody had an image in their mind and then that image is manifested into the life. So every single thing, good or bad, that doesn't make a difference. Every single thing we have in our life right now and we are going to have in the future is going to come to us by the proper usage of our mind. Now, that usage can be in the good way, it can be in the bad way, it depends upon where you're using it. But the mind doesn't differentiate. You're going to understand that and understand what James Allen said about mind. He said, mind is the master power that molds and makes, and man is mind. And evermore he takes the tool of thought and shaping what he wills brings 1,000 joys and 1,000 ills. He think in secret and it comes to pass. Environment is but his looking glass. So that means your mind is the master power that molds and makes everything that you see in your life. But the problem here is that nobody has ever seen the mind. Now, since nobody has ever seen the mind, how we are going to understand it? That was the question that puzzled many people. And in fact, this is the best idea I learned from my mentor, Bob Proctor. And Bob Proctor learned it from his mentor. But this idea is originated by a very, very great doctor that we're going to talk about in a few minutes. But this is something that you really have to get into your mind. That the only thing that is a man, about a man, is his mind. everything else can be found in a pig or a horse. Now that may make you feel laugh at it, but that's strangely true. That means the only thing that differentiates us on this planet from animal kingdom is our ability to think, and it's our mind that provides us that ability. You know, animals, they live by instinct, which is perfect. But in our case, that instinct has been removed and some of the creative tools has been given. And those tools are in our mind, but the problem is that nobody understands the mind. So there is a confusion. And when there is confusion, there is no clarity. So what we need, we have to bring order into our mind. And to do that, we have to build an image for the mind. So let's look at your mind. Now, this was the diagram that was given by Dr. Thurman F in 1934. Just a little history about this concept that I'm about to explain, because this concept has the potential to literally change your life forever. I can tell you once again, this concept has the ability to change your life forever. Now, Dr. Thurman Fleet in 1934, he was treating patients. He was a plastic surgeon, and he said the whole medical industry is treating symptoms. And if we want perfect health, we have to treat the root cause. And then he added that the root cause is in the mind. But the problem is that nobody has ever seen the mind. So he said, I am going to draw an image. And that's what he drew. He said, this is your mind. This big circle is your mind right there. Now, some of you may laugh at it, but as you start understanding this concept, you will realize it's not a funny circle. It's the secret genie. Now, your mind, for the sake of understanding, divided into two parts. The above part is the conscious mind, and the below part is the subconscious mind. Now, the psychologists, psychiatrists may argue with me and they tell me, Subir, there are a lot of parts of the mind. Absolutely true, there are. But we are only going to talk about the two parts because these are the most important parts that matters a lot. So your mind is divided into a conscious mind and subconscious mind. And guess what? Your conscious mind and subconscious mind work completely in a different way from each other. But it's a harmonious relationship between the both that helps us to get the results that we are seeking. Now, our body, our mind is connected to our body. The body is right there in a very small circle, and there are five sensory factors attached to the conscious mind, that is see, smell, hear, taste, touch. So this is our mind. Now I'm going to explain to you about the conscious and the subconscious mind. So if you can have a pen and a paper, that would be awesome, because you are going to get an information that you cannot buy today. Let me tell you again, you are going to get the information that you cannot buy today, because this information is like, it is valuable. It's the golden information. Now, let's have a look at the conscious mind. Now, the conscious mind is your thinking mind. What does that mean? That means you can accept any idea or reject any idea. For example, if somebody is giving you a very bad news about economy, or somebody is telling you something bad about your company, or telling you something bad about what's going to happen in the world, that's your choice. You want to accept that or reject that, because your conscious mind have the ability to reject all the crap that is going out there in the universe right now. For example, if somebody is shouting in the news over and over again that the world is going to crash, the economy is going to crash, it's your choice. You want to accept that or not. You can literally reject that if you want. You can simply bang like that. You can say that I'm not accepting that. I'm not getting into your bullshit. I'm not buying it. And the moment you do it, understand that at the same time, you have the ability to originate ideas. What does that mean? That means in your conscious mind, you can originate new ideas. Now imagine from where Thomas Edison originated the idea of incandescent light. He has the same power that we have. In our conscious mind, we have the ability to originate ideas. That means if your business is not going the way you want it to go, you can originate solutions that will solve your problems forever. Your conscious mind is your educated mind. It means all the information and knowledge that you have ever gathered over the last many years, all that information is stored in your conscious mind. That is your educated mind. And at the same time, it has higher intellectual faculties. Now, these are the marvelous faculties that you have right now. For example, when you enter into a mechanical workshop, you see a lot of mechanical tools there. Similarly, your mind has tools, and those tools are perception, reason, memory, intuition, will. We may talk about them in some other lesson or in some other session that we do, because usually we really get into details into these faculties when I'm working with my one-on-one coaching clients, because this is something where the real magic takes place. It's like understanding those powers that are right there within you and then start practicing them one power at a time, and that produces incredible results. And that is all about your conscious mind. I hope you had a better idea about it now. Now let's move to the next part. There is our subconscious mind. Now, the subconscious mind is your emotional mind. What does that mean? Now, subconscious mind is your emotional mind. That means it understands the language of emotion. It doesn't understand logic. It doesn't understand any of other stuff. It understands emotions. Now, what does that mean? That means if you're feeling good right now, that is an emotion. Now, you may be feeling good for n number of reasons, but your subconscious mind has nothing to do with those n number of reasons. It's about emotional mind. For example, when somebody tell you, Supir, I'm not feeling good right now, what they're telling you is that subconsciously they're emotionally involved in a wrong idea. It is your deductive mind. What does that mean? That means any idea that you plant in your subconscious mind with emotion, subconscious mind must accept that idea. In other words, it cannot reject any information that is planted there with emotions. That is the reason why we are doing some of our, like, we're continuing some of our bad habits even when we don't want them to continue. You know why? Because those ideas are accepted as realities in our subconscious mind and we keep on doing it. And that is the reason why when you see yourself, you're watching an advertisement or something like that, and somebody there is a situation going on, they are making you feel fearful, and bang, that idea get into your subconscious and you accept that. And then at the same time, your subconscious mind cannot differentiate between what is real and imagined. That is the reason why a good actor can make us laugh in one movie and the same actor can make us cry in the next movie by his acting, even though we know that is not reality, that is acting. And at the same time, this faculty can be used to get better results in our life by building the images of what we want and not thinking about what's happening outside there. And this is one of the biggest function that your subconscious mind is capable of doing. All the visionaries, all the scientists, they have imagined the innovations, and that's why they have get those innovations. You know why? Because they have been using their subconscious mind. So the point here is, are you using that or not? Are you using those powers? Most of the time we're not using them, and that's why we are not getting the results that we want. As I said in the beginning, the key to freedom is understanding your mind, understanding your results. Now you have built a better understanding of your mind right now than you had before the session begins. Now let's look at the results. And I want you to relate every single thing from this point onwards with the results that you're having right now in your life. And understand that results, they tell the truth. And how does they happen? Results never just happens by luck or chance. They happen by specific laws. When you work in harmony with the natural laws, you get the results that you're seeking. When you're not in harmony, you don't get the results that you're seeking. This is as simple as it is. But the point here is, results always tell the truth. They always does. Now, I want you to think about the results that you're getting in your life right now. The result can be in any area. Think about those results and write them down on a piece of paper. It could be any result that you're having right now. Think about that results. If you are with me on YouTube, type yes once you have wrote down about your results that you're not liking, And if you are on Zoom right now here, you can type in the chat box after writing that on the screen on a sheet of paper. All right. Ask yourself about the results that you're getting right now, but you don't like, and then write those results on a sheet of paper. Okay. Write it down right now, and then say yes once it's done in the chat box. All right. I see some of you are saying yes in YouTube. Abin, you are very consistent. This is your third day and you are back here again. I like it. I like your passion and consistency. All right, guys, on Zoom, you seems to be slow. Think about the results that you're getting in your life and that you don't like right now. And then write those results in the chat box. Not the results, but simply say yes or no once you have done that and once you have wrote the results that you don't want on a piece of paper. Have you done that? All right, wonderful, Prema. Good. So on YouTube, Prema said yes. All right, Cure said yes. Lovely, wonderful, Cure. Obis said yes. All right, so now let's move ahead. Now understand that in your life, when you're looking to change your results, you are looking forward to create a paradigm switch. This is as simple as it is. And in order to create that paradigm switch, you have to understand two things. These two things are very important. Make no mistake about them. Understand that you have to know where you are and you have to know where you're moving. I repeat, you have to know where you are and you have to know where you're moving. Now, it is so obvious and so simple that that's all we have to know. Then why most people are stuck? And I can tell you, many of you who are on this call right now, you might be stuck in your life where you don't know what the next move is, where you don't know what's the next call of action you should have. And many people might tell me very clearly that Sukhbir, we are stuck because it's simple, we don't have a goal. But that's not true. Your problem is not that you don't have a goal. Everybody has a goal. That doesn't different matter whether they have seriously considered that or not. So the problem is not where you are going. The problem is right now where you are, and the problem is a paradigm. So I repeat, the problem is not where you are going in your life. The problem is where you are. The problem is where you are, and that problem is your paradigm. Now, as I said, paradigm may still be a buzzword for you because it takes a respectable amount of study and understanding to get it. But it is very simple. Your habits, collectively known as your paradigms, and your habits keeps you stuck. My dear friend, stuck in a very, very bad way. Understand that a paradigm is a mental program that has almost exclusive control over our habitual behavior. And almost all our behavior is habitual. What does that mean? That means when we wake up in the morning, we follow a routine, and that routine is on an autopilot mode. That is subconscious. You don't have to remind yourself. When you meet a client, you have an automatic pattern going on in your head. When you go and meet people and greet people, you have an automatic pattern going on in your head. And similarly, when you set goals, you have an automatic behavior pattern set that you follow without any conscious thought. And that's your paradigm. And most of the time, your paradigms are not helping you. They're not serving you. You know why? Because they're keeping you stuck. They don't want you to grow because they know if you grow, they cannot stay there in you then. So a paradigm is really, really insidious, and it keeps us very, very stuck. And the bad part about paradigms is that they makes you think about something who you are not. Sandy Gallagher said that. She said, it's not who you are that holds you back, it's who you think you are not. And when we are programmed so stubbornly with our paradigm. Most of the time people are thinking, I cannot do that, I'm not that person, I cannot be that person, I don't have money, I'm not like that, I don't have this, I don't have that. You see, all the time our paradigm forces us to think about the things we don't have. And then I have seen people who keep on saying that I don't have a desire to change. And you know what, you have a desire, but your paradigm is fooling you. And if you have to understand it, and then you have to make a decision that, all right, enough is enough, I want to change myself. Many people are not doing it. It's not who you are that holds you back, it's who you think you are not. And most of the time we are always allowing the things that are not even there in the physical reality to hold us back. And one of them is, I don't have money, I don't have resources, like I don't have help, I don't have this, I don't have that. Like all this crap and rubbish going on in people's mind is keeping them stuck where they are. And that is a very, very bad way of living. Very bad way of living. But people are living that way from like centuries. From centuries. This has been passed on from one generation to another, then another, then another, then another, without any conscious thinking that how deadly it is. So a paradigm, it is a black and white deal. It is. It doesn't matter how many hours you put in. It doesn't matter how hard you work. If the paradigm does not changes, the results remain the same ultimately from one year to the another. And if you want to check out how much your income has increased in the last 5 years. You will be able to know there might have been some changes, but overall, your income has not drastically improved in the last 5 years. Look at your relations, how happy you are. Look at your health, how healthy you are. The more you observe all these things, you will realize that almost every single thing in your life has not changed a lot. You know why? Because your paradigms are there in control of you. Now, I want you to ask you a question right now. I see a lot of you are right now on the call here, and there are a lot of you who are on YouTube and watching it. Think about your income and let me know in the chat box how many of you have a drastic change in your income in the last 5 years. If you had, you say yes. If you don't have, you say simply no. Write down in the chat box how many of you have like a drastic change in your income in the last 4 or 5 years. Go there and write in the chat box. The chat box is waiting for you. How many of you have really seen like a drastic change in your income in the last 5 years? All right, so no, I expected that. hmm What about others? You can participate and you can answer. All right, I see another comment there on YouTube. I don't. All right, not now. You see, because the paradigm is there in control. You may have been a very hardworking a guy or a girl, but still your results are same. Every single year you try hard. Every single year you try to do, to make thing happen, but then you end up being in the same position. Why? It's right there. It's the paradigm that is the culprit. And understand that this is your mind right there. We discuss it, and we know that there is an energy that is flowing to and through us all the time. That energy is right there, and we all have a paradigm. That paradigm is jammed right there at the subconscious level, and it controls everything that we want in our life. And that is the reason why most people never truly want what they really want. You know why? Their paradigm is controlling their thinking up to a very, very large extent. Up, it's like almost every single thing in your life is controlled by your paradigm. If your paradigms are not productive, you're going to see yourself always limiting yourself, always telling yourself, I cannot afford it right now, I cannot do it right now, oh, this is not for me right now. You are going to come up with all kind of that excuses. You know why? It's your paradigm that is making you think that way. It is your paradigm that is making you and forcing you to think that way. It's right there. And you know what? Your paradigm, it controls many areas of your life. It's like PaRaDiGm has a strong grip, and almost every single area of your life is controlled by that conditioning. Now, let's have a look at some of the areas that are literally controlled by our PaRaDiGm. The first one is your perception. Like your perception, up to a very large degree, is controlled by your PaRaDiGm. You see, most of the time when you set a new goal and you're charged up going after it, and bang, like that, your PaRaDiGm pops up and they start giving you all kind of reasons why you should not do it, or why you should stop thinking about it, or why you should not make that move, or why you should not go out there and start that business. Your PaRaDiGm will give you all kind of reasons. It controls your perception, like up to a very big degree, and you have to understand it. To a very large degree, it controls your perception, and then it controls the use of your time. I see a lot of people struggling with that. Like every single day, they want to do a lot of things, they end up doing nothing. They always tell themselves, I'm going to do this today, I will finish it. And then they end up wasting their time. And then one day passed by, week passed by, a month passed by, a year passed by, and then again, they're in the same position. Why? They have not understood how to use their time effectively. Why? Is their PaRaDiGm that is controlling it, their creativity. Very few people believe that they are creative, although our spiritual DNA is perfect and we all have a same spiritual essence, but only few of them consider that they are creative. People think that the writers are creative, like the directors are creative, or the painters are creative, or the artists are creative, but we are not. That's not true. That's literally not true. Every single person on this planet is creative in its own way, but you have to get rid of the PaRaDiGm. You have to keep those paradigms aside and allow that creativity to flow. Or your PaRaDiGm, that keeps you stuck there also. And then effectiveness. How many of you think you're really effective? I mean, like super solid effective. Very few might be saying that, yes, I am. Very few people are effective. You know why? Because then again, our PaRaDiGm, that controls our effectiveness. It keeps us busy in doing things that don't even matters. It keeps us busy doing things that are not going to help us get the results we are seeking. And we keep ourselves busy on that, all the bullshit. Why? Because we have no conscious control. We have not learned how to gain that conscious control. We have not learned how to take control of that PaRaDiGm. Productivity. Effectiveness and productivity very closely linked. Very few people are super productive who every single day do their work in the best way. Very few people are like that. Logic, like we literally shape our life with our logic. Imagine for many years it was believed that we cannot fly in the air. But Wright brothers broke through that logic and they created some one of the best inventions of our life. Imagine how many logics you have about your potential, about what you can do, about what is possible for you, about what is possible in terms of income for you. Imagine what logic you have that is keeping you stuck right now in your life. Think about it. Think about it. Logic. Like we have silly logics programmed in our mind. Like for many, many years, I used to believe that working honest for a boss, giving your best is the only way to get big results in our life. That's not true. Although those are very important criteria, but at the same time, you got to work in harmony with the law. You cannot succeed even by like working hours and hours if you're not in sync with the vibration of the universe. Now, what does that mean? Simply doing what you love to do and doing it the best way you can. But your logic stops you. Logics keep on telling you why the hell you want to serve that person. What's the matter of going that extra mile? What's the matter of giving something for free? What's the matter of helping that person? All those things are the logical bullshits programmed right there. You got to get rid of them. And that's ultimately is getting rid of the paradigms. And then the way we make decisions. Now, decision making is something that has never been taught to us. Like very few people have understood how to make decisions. Very few. Most people are not making decisions, and they're just struggling in their life. They're not making the decision they should make, and they are sway. That's the reason they are struggling. And then the way we think. The way we think, up to a very large degree, is controlled by our paradigms. So the paradigm is like it's a crap, it's right there. But the same crap can be turned into a positive programmable or positive usable programs that may help you to get better at what you're doing, that may help you to become the best version of yourself. But you literally have to reach that place where you are literally programming yourself and reprogramming your mind with the new paradigm. It's not an easy thing. Like it's not something you can do it at your own. You need support, you need help, and you need hell lot of help. And that is why when I was thinking about it from many many years, because I have seen how my life has changed with the help of a mentor, I was thinking about how I can give something to someone in a best way that really becomes a best platform for changing paradigm. And after brainstorming with my mind, after going through a lot of experiments for many, many months, I finally cracked the code. And the code is discussed every single week in our Paradigm Switch Academy. Like, this is one of the best programs that I have created, and I'm really proud of. And there are many people who are on this call right now who are participant of that Paradigm Switch Academy, and I believe they will also be feeling proud to be a part of this program. Now, I call it an environment. And I say that the Paradigm Switch Academy is an environment where dreams are built and achieved. So, if you really want to get the best out of your life, if you are really ready to go beyond what is possible right now, this is the platform that you cannot ignore. This is the platform where you have to get into without any second conscious thought. You just have to make a decision and have to get into this Paradigm Switch Academy. Now, what it takes to get into the academy, you don't have to go through any tests or something like that. It's pretty simple. Now, though, usually the Paradigm Switch Academy, the membership for that costs around $44 a month. But we have an exciting offer going on for everybody who attended this masterclass. We have a trial period for you. Okay, the trial period is be a part of the Paradigm Switch Academy at just $5 for 2 weeks. And then at the end of 2 weeks, you decide whether you want to continue into the academy or not. And if you make a decision to continue with the academy at the end of the 2 weeks, then these $5 will be adjusted in that month's fees. Now, what is going to happen in that Paradigm Switch Academy? Every Friday night, 8:30 p.m. Indian time, we are having classes for the Paradigm Switch Academy. And this academy, we are discussing every single month a topic on mindset. So it's like we have agenda of the month because I want to give 30 days to you, study a topic, get into it, and really apply it into your life. Because my motive is not to just give you more information into the Paradigm Switch Academy. My motive is to help you to apply the principle and apply the ideas that you are learning from the Paradigm Switch Academy. And if you take action, which you will, because we will create it in such a way that you have to take action, your results are going to speak for you. You will get bonus classes, you will have Q&A sessions, although you will have a Q&A session every single week, but yes, there is a dedicated Q&A session also at the end of the month. You will get access to the information that you have never ever heard before. I can tell you, I give information from the ancient authors to the modern authors because I am a personal development junkie. I keep on studying a lot of authors because I want to improve my life, and at the same time, I want to help many people out there. You will get information, articles, you will get recordings, the podcast, you will get many different things, but at the same time, you will get tangible tools if you decide to be a part of this amazing life transforming paradigm switch academy. And the investment is nothing. It's like $44 a month. So it's like you're paying less than $2 a day, even much less than that, for being into the academy and surrounding yourself with a group of people who are all excited and serious to get to the next level of their life. Now, what is going to happen tonight is that I am going to share a link with you every single, no, not every single day. I'm going to share a link with you tonight in just half an hour from now. That link include all the information about the Paradigm Switch Academy and all that stuff, and there will be a payment button. You can offer for the trial period if you want to try it for 2 weeks, but if you think you're ready, you don't want any trial, jump in for the program right now and sign up, because as Kier said that there is more stuff besides the weekly session. Yes, there is. Because when you become a part of Paradigm Switch Academy, all of a sudden you become a part of my mindset family. The family where I value your dreams, where I value your desires, and I value your time, and I provide you my time to help you the best I can. If you make a decision to get into this program right now, your life is going to be no longer remain the same. That's what I can tell you. Absolutely, I can see somebody saying that I have enriched them with the great information, and that's just the beginning. That's just beginning, if I can tell you. You know, this information is endless. Somebody told me once that what we know is finite, what we don't know is infinite. So I am in the search of infinite. Every single day, I'm working on myself and I'm helping every single one person in the academy to work on themselves. So all you have to do is make a decision. Don't think twice, because thinking twice means that you are questioning yourself and you're doubting yourself. Just get into the program. Even if you don't feel that you're not ready, go for the trial period. $5 are not going to make you broke. $5 are not going to make you like the poorest person on this planet. Be there for 2 weeks at least, have a taste of it, and then see where you will be at the end of those 2 weeks. So I'm looking forward to see all of you into this Paradigm Switch Academy, because this is going to change your life for the good. So now I open the platform for Q&As. If you have questions, bring them right there, either in the chat box or in the Q&A box right now. Bring the questions you have now here right now, because I'm looking forward to answer your questions. If you have questions related to Academy, you can even ask those questions here. If you have questions, any journal questions, you can ask those journal questions. Any question is most welcome. The mobile is right there. Let me put it right there for YouTube questions. All right, here we have now. So if you're on YouTube, you can ask your questions too. All right, so bring your questions. Let's see who has the first interesting question today. All right. If you have a question, bring it on right here, because this is your bestest opportunity to ask me a question. Because I believe in Q&A session at the end of every call, because that makes it more interesting. If you have no question, you can simply say no question. If you're writing your question, you can say that I'm writing so that I can wait for you. All right, Sonia, I'm waiting for your question. Please type it right there in the Q&A box. All right. So what is your question, Sonia? That's good to know that you are a hair and beauty stylist. That's awesome. So what is your question, Sonia? So in which way this session is going to help me? All right, great question. These sessions are going to help you to become a better person of who you are. It's all about mindset. So it has nothing to do with whether you are a hairstylist or whoever you are, but the benefits you will get after it are like this. You will become a more productive hairstylist who may then become a great person at his work. You will be able to earn more money. You will be able to stay cool and calm at your work. You will be able to communicate with other people in a better way. If you're working for somebody, you may get into a position where you will get confidence to get into your own business. At the same time, getting your health into a better way. You can name n number of benefits all related to yourself, Sonia. Whatever you want out of these sessions or this academy, you will get it. So it's not about like it's a program on economy or something. Like it's about mindset. It's about mindset. And once you improve your mindset, Sonia, everything in your life improve. So as you said, right now you are a hair and beauty stylist. May I ask you what is your goal right now, Sonia, if you will love to share? Or have you ever had a goal in your life? Or what is your big thing that you really want to achieve in your life that you're not yet able to achieve? You can share those things right here, and then I'll show you how this academy will show you to get it. I'm waiting for your reply. And in the meanwhile, let me check one of the few comments here on YouTube. If subconscious mind, I cannot differentiate real and unreal, why do we need to be aware of it? Awesome. That's a great question. Why you need to be aware of it? You need to be aware about of negative information that is not helpful for you. Because if you're not aware of the negative ideas and the bullshit that is going around you, you may easily get it and allow it to get into your subconscious mind and become totally unproductive and not getting the results that you're seeking. Understand that if somebody is telling you that the economy is going down, and if you're not aware about it, that you can accept or reject that idea, then you may end up believing that the economy is going down, and then yes, definitely you will be living in a worst economy at that time. So it's very important for you to only accept information that is going to help you to achieve your goals and not let any information to get into your mind. That is why it is important to be aware. That's the reason why it is very important to be aware, Abin. I hope you got your answer. All right, so there's a question from Prema. When you say using our time, I understand like busy being busy. What is the solution? How I can? The solution is something that we have taught you in the last week, Prema, the efficient action. Efficient action is the solution. You have to get involved into an efficient action. Okay? Exactly, Anurag. It's $44 a month, and for Indian people, it's around, if you convert it, it's 3,451 rupees every single month. It's a recurring payment. All right, so Sonia, if that's your goal and that's your dream, you know that there are many things you have to change in you if you want to be your own boss, to have your own saloon and all that stuff, and have your own brand. It all can be done once you build a strong mindset. A weak mindset can never handle business and brand. You need to build that strong mindset, and you will learn it. You will learn how to conquer your fears. You will learn how to build a positive self image. You will learn about the principles that you have to evolve into to really become the best version of yourself. So there are a lot of things you will be learning at the Paradigm Switch Academy. Like it's not just a 1 week, 2 week, 3 week, or 4 month or 5 month program. It's a lifelong program where you can be a part of it as long as this program keep on going, and it will keep on going. It is not going to stop. Okay. And you have a good goal, Sonia, you must work on it. And the best advice I'll give you is make a decision and talk to the person who invited you into the webinar. And the link will also be sent to you in email. Sign up for the academy. Anurag, make sure you get into that, because else you will still be keep on coming to these sessions and not taking any action. Because I know you from such a long time, Anurag, and you're still stuck on the same point. So it's right now is the right time for you to make a decision. Okay. All right, so now let's bring the next question. All right, let's see who has the next question. I don't see it right now, but I'm waiting for the next question. If you're on YouTube, type in the comments. If you are on Facebook, type right here. Absolutely. If Anurag want to talk to any of the existing Paradigm Switch Academy member, Anurag can talk for sure. Thank you, Kier, for offering this help. All right. Somebody said, how do we stay not to get inspired by other words or action that become our paradigms in our life? How do we stay not to get inspired by others' words or action? Simply, you have to understand, first of all, if I get your question right, you wanted to know that how to stay in charge of ourselves and don't allow others' comments to influence us, right? If I'm right, if I got your question right way, or Bean, just let me know in the chat box. Then I'll answer you. If I got your question in the right way, or Bean, just let me know in the chat box. Like you wanted to say how you can stay in charge of yourself and not get influenced by others' words, right? Or actions. I'm waiting for your reply here on YouTube, Abin. All right, perfect. So here is your answer. Understand that you have to build a strong mindset and you have to build a habit of responding. Like either we can respond to somebody's things or we can react. Now, you remember what I told you in the beginning? I said you have the ability in your conscious mind to accept any idea or reject any idea. So you literally have to program yourself with an attitude that if I don't like something about what somebody said, like if I don't like something somebody said, I'm going to reject that. And it's not going to happen overnight. You have to build a habit of it, and it is only going to happen once you learn some of the strategies we will teach you in the Paradigm Switch Academy. Like one of the first exercise I suggest everybody to get involved is the serenity exercise, and then there are many other things we combine along the way which will slowly and steadily program people to become the best version of themselves. So we will teach you the concept behind it. I'll give you a strategy to back it up along, and then when you club it together, my dear friend, you got the solution. But understand that it is a habit you have to get into so that you're simply not influenced by others' opinion. All right? You can get this kind of support every single week, or even if you make a decision to be into the Paradigm Switch Academy. So I'll encourage you to get into that one. I will encourage you to get into the academy because your life is completely going to transform if you make a decision to be into the academy. All right? Perfect. All right. So who has the next question? Do we have a question? If you have a question, simply say I have. If you have no more question, you can simply say that no questions. Then we can just wrap up this marvelous and fantastic 3-day master class we had. Awesome. Wonderful. Lovely. All right, then. Thank you so much, everybody, for being a part of this amazing masterclass and this sensational, powerful 3 days we have. Now, my encouragement and my best advice to all of you will be that make a decision and get into the Paradigm Switch Academy. Be there, learn from me every single week. Be there, open up your mind, and really literally set up the platform for your life to get onto the next level where more money, more help, and more solutions are awaiting for you and your arrival. And once again, thank you so much for being here and being a part of my paradigm, my master class. And I'm going to send you an email in which you will have the link to go and buy the academy and at the same time be a part of our WhatsApp group because you don't want to lose link, you don't want to lose connection. So the best part is that be a part of our WhatsApp group, be a part of our Facebook community so that you can keep getting information from my side about the upcoming master classes, about the upcoming things that we have. so that we can keep growing at the same time and together. So thank you so much for being here and making this masterclass a special masterclass. I'll see you soon in the coming events. Till then, take care and live the life the way you want to live. Bye bye.